But one thing I've never, okay, in almost 7 years I've been here, that I'll never ever eat is Ballut, okay? Yes. Hello guys, my name is Bami, and today I'm going to be sharing my experience as a Nigerian student that has been in Philippines for almost 7 years. So in just a couple months, it's going to be 7 years since I've been here in the Philippines. And the 7 years, not a single year has gone to waste, because as you can see here, I have my first degree in information technology from Batangas State University, and I have my second degree in Masters in Information Technology from Philippine Christian University. It's here, all original. So even if you're not an African and you're planning to study in the Philippines, I believe this video can still help you a little bit. So let's get into it.
So for almost 7 years living here in the Philippines
Yes.
as a Nigerian student,
Yeah.
tell me about your culture shocks and adaptations.
I came here in 2018. That's a very long time ago. And my first experience while getting here is that everything is so different. The weather, the looks, the environment, the buildings, just a lot of things are different. I'm basing this experience on how it was in 2018 versus how it was here in Philippines in 2018. I was really shocked initially by the people, the networks. I mean, I have to buy load. They call it load here in Nigeria. We call it credit. There's just so many other things that are like the way we call things. Like in Philippines, they call it gas. In Nigeria, we call it petrol. And when it comes to culture-wise, also, they don't use the kind of transportation we use in Nigeria. It's a little bit different.
How about the language and the communication?
When it comes to the language and communication, I think the first thing that the Nigerian is gonna see it's different is the Filipinos like to use po and opo a lot.
Yeah.
So opo is like when you're talking to someone and they want to be like okay, or they want to be like yes, or they just want to agree with you in a way, and they just be like okay, opo,
Yeah,
opo.
if you say that, it's seen as respectful.
Yeah. Salamat in Tagalog is basically thank you, and then putting the po at the back is like say thank you, sir. So po and sir, you can actually say they are the same thing. And as a Yoruba, and you're coming to Philippines to study, know that when you hear the word po, it might sound in a different meaning in Yoruba, but just know that here it's a sign of respect. You need to get used to it. Because when I came here, I was shocked. It was hard for me to use the word because it's not that positive in Yoruba. So I don't want to be rude to people, but here they said it's respectful, and you have to fight yourself and get used to it. So if you're a Yoruba person, get used to it quick. Okay.
How about the food adventure?
Okay, when it comes to the food, Philippines and Nigeria, it's like this is Philippines, this is Nigeria. The food are basically like this, okay? They're opposite each other, totally opposite. It's because I think we're gonna start from the spices. Like we and Filipinos don't really have too much spices, or they have food apps or something like that.
Yeah.
That is too the same. Like our food are very different.
We mostly use soy sauce.
Yeah, and stuff like that. Yeah, it's very different from. So as a Nigerian, I'm gonna give you an advice. The first food I hit when I came to Philippines was manginasar. My brother also came here. He took his master's degree in Batangas State University for 2 years and left back to Nigeria. He also, the first food he ate when he came here was also manginasar. I also have some friends, when they came here, the first food everybody always eats is manginasar.
Also your aunt.
Yeah. So it's like when you come here, as a Nigerian, the food you can immediately eat without, having too much, maybe I can't. Just go for manginasar. You can eat it immediately. Then you're going to figure some other things out. But one thing I've never, in almost 7 years I've been here, that I'll never ever eat is Ballut, okay? Yes.
Even though me, I'm a Filipino adaptation.
Yeah, okay. You don't eat it too, but for me, I'm just really scared. It's like you're looking at a baby duck.
And there's hair inside.
The first time I bought that, actually, I'm going to tell you the story. It's like the first week I arrived here in Philippines. It was in Zapote, Las Piñas. I was living there around Pamplona. And this is 2018 when I arrived in PH. So I saw somebody selling egg beside the road, and they always have this egg steaming also. I don't know how they do it. It's also steaming at the same time. Like they put it on stuff that is making it to steam. So it's not like just a dry egg. It's still very warm when you buy it. So I bought like 3. I was like actually excited because I don't know a lot of things to eat. I was so hungry.
Is it like the boiled egg or?
It's already boiled. It's boiled and it's steamy beside the road. So I bought 3 of it because I couldn't eat other food. I was like, okay, egg. Everybody can eat egg, of course. So I took it home. I peeled one. I saw a baby duck inside. I was like, shit, what is that? Is that an egg?
Oh,
Yeah, I was like, maybe they make a mistake. So I put it down, peeled the second one. The same thing, there's a baby duck. The third one, I did it. There's a baby duck. I thought there was a mistake, but it took me some time to know that's actually a food that they eat that is called Ballut. A lot of people try it.
Some people really like it a lot.
Yeah, I've seen people who like it. But Ballut is actually common now. You're going to see videos on YouTube, seeing people like some celebrities in US trying it because the Filipinos also make that in US one way or the other.
Yeah, I think it's a common thing to first try on.
Yeah. The food, I just got to get used to it. For me, I can eat adobo, but it's not what I'm actually going to cook on my own. But you can adjust to that. You can eat. Adobo is not actually difficult to adjust to since it's just basically rice and chicken. I think the sinigang is a little bit difficult. I haven't adjusted to that. It's just like a bunch of vegetables and so I haven't fully adjusted to that. I think there's some, like you can eat chick silog. There's some other things you can easily, most of the silog, you can adjust to that. Yeah, bang silog. Bangos silog. Is it?
Bangos silog.
It's bang silog, not bangos.
Silog.
Yeah, I call it bang silog. So I'm from Batangas, so I know how we always go there and eat those silog. You can adjust to silogs. They're also very affordable, really, really cheap foods. And let's go to the next one.
How about, is there a big difference in transportation and daily life here in the Philippines and in Nigeria?
Yeah, there's a big difference in transportation between Philippines and Nigeria. In Philippines, they have jeepney. Jeepneys are everywhere. You know, every city, even in the main city like Makati, BGC, you can still see jeepneys, even though they're not that common in BGC and in Makati, in some like Ayala Avenue or something like some really, really like top of the cities here in Philippines. You're still gonna see them, but they're not so common, but you can still see them. That's just to show you that jeepney are exceptions to nowhere. You're gonna see them on the highway, on the local way, on the farm road, anywhere, okay, there's jeepney.
Yeah.
It's actually, when you look into the history, I think jeepneys are from World War II. US soldiers left some jeep and they have Filipinos just, they innovated and make it longer, put people on it. So it was actually good because I myself am a big fan of reverse engineering and innovation.
Like the national ride.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, I like that. I like that uniqueness. What I don't like about it is the pollution.
Yeah.
The kids they run on diesel. A lot of them, they are from 1980s. So they don't die because they're made of stainless steel. Yeah. So these things can basically last forever. If one engine is down, just throw another engine in there, change the wheels. These things are ready to kick again. So I know some of these jeepneys I see, a lot of them are older than me. So, and they still work, and they work great. It's just me personally, I'm very, very sensitive to diesel pollution. I quickly have allergy. For her and the Filipinos here, they don't have problem.
I like it.
Yeah, for me, I might be in the jeepney covering my nose, not feeling too comfortable, but people just feel so comfortable, no issue. And when I came here in 2018, I only actually used public transportation for 1 year. And the second year, I decided to get a motorcycle. So I already got a motorcycle by the second year because I wasn't feeling too comfortable by the public transportation, especially in Batangas then. It's so crowded. There's about 3 or 4 universities very close to, not too far away from each other. I wouldn't say close, but they're not too far away from each other. So every student just off the school at the same time. So you can't even get a jeepney. You basically just have no option but just walk, you know?
How about tricycles?
Tricycles can go on the highway in Batangas. They can only do that maybe at night. The Batangas have regulation for them, yeah. They can only do it inside the subdivisions. You can only go if you're gonna walk or you're gonna hang at the back of the jeepney. Even that space is not always available. So the best thing is just try to have your own personal transportation. I would advise, but if you can't, it's okay. You can get along with the public transportation. Although one or the other time you might experience some things with some people, of course, not all the time, but it will always be, because that part of the video I'm not gonna put down. I've been here in 7 years. I myself, I know how uncomfortable it can be if you're gonna meet someone who is racist, of course. There are some racist people, yeah. Okay, there are very, very nice people here, and there are some people that are just not so good. They are everywhere. Even in the country I come from, Not all Nigerians are going to be friendly to even me, Nigeria, myself. So there are people you want to avoid, there are people you want to be with. So weird people are everywhere. Next question.
I think I was just gonna ask you that. I was just gonna ask you about the Filipino experience, the people.
Yeah, when it comes to the Filipino experience itself, it's more like, okay, since I've been here since 2018, I've actually met one of the nicest people in all of my life here in Philippines. I mean, let's put family away, apart from my own personal family. Yeah, I've met one of the nicest people, like people that are so welcoming, even though you're from not just a different country, a whole different continent. You know, you are black, you're from different race, different country, different continent, different race, different look. They still treat you like you are part of the family. Yeah. So right now I have a landlord, and he's a really, really great man. Everywhere I talk about him, I've always talked positive because I've had experiences with landlords here. I mean, if you're also a Nigerian studying here or plan to study here, make sure you get a house where the landlord is a very positive person and not racist. You can still get a landlord that's gonna be racist, such a way that in the way they just look at you, they just look at you like this guy is up to something, you know, like they just need to feel like they're gonna wash you. They need to, so that you don't want that kind of person. You want someone nice, like someone like my landlord is always calling me to come and eat in his house, not just because of the food, even though it's Filipino food I really can't eat, but it just shows you, the kind of people they are. Sometimes if I have my Nigerian food cook, I can give to them, like, oh, you need to try this jollof rice. Yeah, if you have some things, but very, very kind man. It's a mutual respect, even though I'm way younger than he is someone who deserves to be respected. I've had landlords like that back in Batangas too, very nice people in Batangas. I remember them, Miss Castillo. They weren't too much of a big problem. They weren't a problem actually. It's just that the husband is super, super nice. He's a seaman, but the wife is not the same as the husband. But I also understand, since she's the one handling the whole house, so they tend to have that kind of extra attitude. But very lovely house, good experience. I had to live there then because, of course, I'm done in Batangas. And yeah, apart from landlord, you can make friends, but I haven't really seen a Nigerian and a Filipino super, super close friend before. I haven't seen one. Boy or girl, except it's like a relationship, but let's say a Nigerian girl or a Filipino girl, or a Nigerian guy, a Filipino guy. It's very, very rare. Like you're gonna see like super, super really close friend. You do things together, you call each other. I mean, you work out together, you go to that. I haven't really seen. I don't know if there is. I'm just saying from my own look on social media and my own personal surrounding, I haven't really seen one. So I don't know why. There have to be a scientific explanation why Filipinos and but when it comes to boy and girl, I know a lot of people. Yeah, they quite get along well with that. Filipino girls here, they like black guys a lot. Yeah, if you're a black guy, you're lucky to be here. If you're a girl, I don't really know. But if you're a guy, good destination. Just make sure you study and come here to do what you're actually sent to do. So next one.
How about, have you experienced festivals and celebrations and the sense of community here in the Philippines?
Back in Batangas, I've experienced some kind of festivals. I don't know what they call it. This guy's just maybe once a year or once or twice or once every 2 years. I can't really recall. I'm gonna see these guys, they wear all sort of clothes, different costumes, different colors, and they drum, they make noise, they go around. I don't know because I didn't ask, but I've seen that kind of stuff twice. Maybe the other days I missed it. Either I wasn't outside or maybe I traveled to Manila or some other place around the Philippines. But I've witnessed the festivals. I myself am someone who like different culture, the drums, the beats, the music. I can enjoy it a lot. I love it. You know that, right? Yeah. From around the world, doesn't have to be Nigerian or Filipino or Asian. I can get along easily. I'm a big fan of that. So I've experienced quite few, but I wouldn't say too often. But what is so unique about that is during the New Year in Philippines, not in Cavite, but back when I was in Batangas, these guys go around with their motorcycles. I think they still do that in Cavite actually. Yeah. But depends on where you live. Yeah. So These guys go around running on the motorcycle, speeding. Maybe they're drunk or not.
Even
I don't
if
know.
It's already 2 a.m.
Yeah, using the on, pam, 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 pam. And then they have all these cheap fireworks on the streets.
Yeah.
Everybody have their own firework. I think the most amazing year for firework was 2018 to 2019. The new year from 2018 to 2019.
Yeah,
The government haven't banned fireworks yet then. So there was a lot. It was beautiful. It was everywhere. I was like, shit, is there war going on already? It was just
But the problem is, there's so many accidents.
Yeah, there were so many accidents, so I think they banned it. And when it was 2019 to 2020, I felt something was off. Last year wasn't like this, but I was still new then, so I couldn't record things the way I'm supposed to until the second year. I'm now realizing, like, wait, last year there was a lot of fireworks. This year, only few fireworks. Yeah, but if you want to have a really good New Year, you're coming to Philippines, try to go to MOA. I think I've had the best New Year since I come to Philippines. Make sure you go to Mall of Asia, MOA. You can go there and attend your New Year crossover night. It's awesome. It's going to be like, I don't know.
In Makati too.
Thousands of people. Makati is not... MOA is better, okay? Just go to MOA. MOA, you have a sense of community
If you've
there.
already been in MOA, then try Makati.
I've tried MOA 2-3 times, I don't know. And Makati, I've been there once. I don't think I'm ever going to Makati again. I can still go to MOA one more time, but Makati, no, it's so quick. The firework, you can't really see it. They have a lot of high-rise building. MOA is at the seaside, and everyone can see the firework. It's beautiful. It's really beautiful. Masterpiece. Next question, please.
Okay, now let's talk about your academic life and challenges. Like, for example, the university differences.
Okay, the university differences. If you're a Nigerian student coming to Philippines, you are lucky. Because when it comes to the university here in the Philippines, it's way, I wouldn't really use the word easier. It's way more straightforward. But sometimes it can be more stressful. Like the Filipinos can give you a lot of activities you have to do. They are going to pile you guys up as a group, maybe 5 of you, and you need to go to each other's house, or they need to come to your house, and you have to. So a lot of people can be fast at doing things, while others can be sluggish. So you have to figure that out between yourself, because you either pass as a group or you fail as a group. So that part exists. They have a lot of activities, take-home activities, and the tests can occur anytime. And then they have, in Batanga State, where I finished my IT course, they have 4 exams, but I think they later reduced it to 3. But when I started there in 2018, we have 4 exams in one semester. So we have prelim, midterm, semifinals, and finals. And in between these exams, in one semester, you still have a lot of tests in different subjects. So, and different courses. So it can be quite stressful. But compared to Nigeria, you only have 1 exam in 1 semester. And that exam, if you fail it, you're done, okay? That's it. You have to retake that course. And mostly they have 1 test only and 1 exam. But in Philippines, since they have 3 or 4 different exams, means if you fail the first one, there's opportunity for you to, get on the next one. Even if you fail the next one, and you pass the 3rd one, you can still get on, but it's not gonna be a easy work. But then, even if you fail the 3rd one, but pass the last one, you can still make it. Even if you now fail the last one, they have another exam called removal exam. So in Philippines, they do not want you to fail. They give you all the maximum opportunity. And if you still fail, it's just because you're a bad student, okay? It's just bad students. Of course, they can be bad instructors too, but if you manage to fail in Philippines, bad student, nothing more. So
I think it's remedial.
Remedial?
Yeah.
We call it retake. We call it. What did I just call it now?
Removal.
Yeah, it's a removal exam.
Really?
It's removal.
From what I
It
know,
means
it's remedial.
yeah, maybe in your school they call it remedial. It's removal. It's because that exam is the last one. If you ever fail it, that's it. Yeah. So if you passed it, you're good. So just imagine you have so many opportunities they don't want you to fail. Even though it's stressful, it's also good because you can finish your course easily without ever retaking, okay? You can say, I come to Philippines, you can budget to go to Philippines for 4 years to graduate, and there's a big chances that you're actually going to finish that course in 4 years. But in Nigeria, it's not like that. First of all, if you're going to government school, there's a lot of strikes. Like when there's so many strikes where the instructors just maybe because of salary, or they all have their own reasons where they're going to come up with some long strikes, 2 months, 3 months. And there are some of them that are like 6 month strike. So all these months are removing from the year you're supposed to graduate. So if you're supposed to graduate in 4 years, plus additional all the strikes that happen in between that 4 years, let's say you have additional 1 year total of strikes in 6 months, 3 months, all those strikes occurring. So then that's 5 years. Then remember, you only have one exam in one semester. So if you fail that one exam, that's it. You have to retake that course next year while others already proceeded. So in Nigeria, it's more like,
so you're gonna be a repeater.
They just want you to fail. Yeah, you're gonna be a repeater. So there's a lot of people that are still in university in Nigeria for 8, 9, if not even 10 years, retaking. Why in Philippines that stuff doesn't exist? So that's the major difference.
I think some of the students still, have it because they can be hard-headed sometimes.
In Nigeria?
In Philippines.
Yeah, there are still some people who's gonna have that, but as someone who's experienced both Nigerian education and Philippine education, if you manage to fail here in Philippines, it's because either you're a bad student or your instructor is just bad. But in Nigeria, it's more because of the system, the way it is designed. You are very, very prone to failing. Very, very prone to failing.
So it's really like common there.
Yeah, it's very common. And you only have 1 point to get it right or to get it wrong. In academic, yeah, that's a very, very big problem when you are a Nigerian or a foreigner who come to Philippines to study. It's one of the biggest problem actually. Because here in Philippines, even though you don't really need to learn Tagalog, like someone like me, I've been here almost 7 years. I'm pretty bad at Tagalog, okay? I only know basic Tagalog, just Kontilang basic Tagalog only. And I'm still able to live here very comfortably because you want to buy something, you want to go somewhere, even the public transportation, anywhere, anything you want to do. You can speak English to someone, they will understand you and speak back, okay? So I'm not incentivized to learn too much. But there are people who actually learn. Maybe some people are just good at learning language, one. Or if you live where you live in Philippines, the people there don't speak a lot of English. They speak a lot of Tagalog. Of course, people like that they tend to learn Tagalog easily. So it depends on where you also live. But if you live where people just speak English to you on a normal day, of course, you just keep speaking English on like I am. So according to the question that you asked me about the language barrier, when the Filipinos are teaching in class, a lot of the instructors are actually using Tagalog, in which here in Philippines, I think the biggest of the problem is what they call Taglish. Is it Taglish?
Yeah, Taglish.
I think Taglish is the worst because even when you remind the instructor, like, I'm a foreigner, I can't understand because you're already changing it to Tagalog. Then they move to Taglish. Taglish is when they explain something in English, they start speaking English actually. And then in most of the important part of that sentence, they switch it to Tagalog. So it's like they mix English and Tagalog to make one smooth conversation.
Yeah, I think it's the common way
in
of
that
teaching.
situation, it's a very common way of teaching. That is the most worst part of the problem because now you can tell the instructor is using Tagalog because he's mixing English and Tagalog, and you can't understand because you go in and then you're missing. You go in and then you're missing. So you're just off the line. So it's a very, very big problem if you want to be an effective learner. Not everything is going to be done by your instructor. Depends on the school and the instructor that is teaching you. A lot of those learning have to come from self-learning and self-exploration. So I wouldn't say you're going to depend on your instructor like a regular Filipino will because of that language barrier. Because even when they speak English, they quickly switch it to Taglish or even sometimes pure Tagalog. And sometimes I've already complained too much. I don't want to be hard-headed. I just let's roll. I just stay there, just give up back in the day. So yeah. Even in the group chats when they are chatting, just expect they're gonna be throwing Taglish or pure Tagalog in there, And then if you don't have a close person to help you out, to tell you what's going on, which is how I survived actually. That's how I got all my degrees, is because I need to find a classmate that is friendly and can help me out with the assignments, with the activities, what's going on, please explain to me. And then that's how I go by. Because even when you think you can use Google Translator, it doesn't work too well with Tagalog. And when it comes to Taglish, the translator just got lost also because it's confused. It thinks it's yeah, even the translator can do Taglish very well. So
Yeah.
if you can learn the language, try to. But for me, I'm
can't
not.
really rely on
Yeah.
internet.
Yeah, if you can learn Tagalog, learn it. Okay.
Yeah. How about the financial and visa realities? You know, being an international student comes with a set
Yeah.
of hurdles, the
Being
visa
an
processes.
being an international student in Philippines is it's a big thing. I would say the system is designed for maybe students from Asia or Southeast Asia. So these guys, they are basically Asians, so they don't need to stay in the Philippines for too long. They don't really need to rely a lot too much about Philippines. They can just come from Indonesia, come to Philippines, study, then go back, because it's also very close. Because if you see the rules that they have, I'm not in any situation to be changing the rules here in Philippines. Of course, my country also have some of the retarded rules because I need foreign. Yeah. I mean, Nigeria also have their own. And I'm not either in a position to change that, because I'm not in the government or a politician, or I'm not in the Senate to pass a bill or something like that. Okay, I'm going to explain some of this for you. In Philippines, if you're a student, every year you need to renew your student visa. You have to submit your enrollment slip, which shows you're currently enrolled, and your grade from last semester. That means you didn't have any failing grade. That is when you can now renew your student visa and have another extra year. So the problem comes from when you're done with the first, second, and fourth year. You're already in your fourth year, you finished this degree, you're done. In most countries, they have post-study visa. Even Thailand already have that. In some other countries like New Zealand, Australia, many other countries have this. Like, okay, I've been here for 4 years. I have friends, I have stuff, I have TV, I have a car, I have a perfect, almost like a, how would I call it? Like, of course, if you're a foreigner, you come here, you need to create a home for yourself. You can't just come live in a dorm and just expect yourself to live in a dorm. I mean, if you're from Indonesia, maybe it's reasonable that you live like that, or you're from Malaysia or Korea or nearby, it's reasonable because, you can easily have life nearby. But if you're very far away, I mean, going to Nigeria alone, the ticket costs like between 75 to 85,000 pesos. Sometimes it's even more than that. You need to build a comfortable life for yourself, knowing that it's not like you can be going home back and forth. When you have all these things, you graduate and you finish your 4th-year degree, they just give you 65 days to, is it 60 days? It's 60 days, 2 months. So they give you a maximum of 2 months to exit the country. So in 2 months, get all the documents you need to get, sell everything you have, because of course you can't pack all with you, it's impossible, and get out of the country. That is how the system is designed. There's nothing like a post-study visa where you can get maybe 1 year or 2 year visa, or even able to convert that student visa to a working visa. You can't. You need to leave the country, then come back as a tourist, then find a company who can accept you, then apply for a working visa. So, and someone coming half of the planet away, like almost Nigeria, it's so far away. Yeah, it's very, very far. It's not exactly half, but it's very, very far from Philippines. It's not very, very comfortable. So if you're coming to Philippines, know that Philippines is not Europe. Philippines is not Australia, New Zealand, or the Americas, where there's still a little bit of opportunity being able to work while you study. There's nothing like that in Philippines. You either come here to study, or you come with a tourist and then change that to a working visa if applicable to you. There's nothing like you being able to study and work at the same time. So during my master's degree, I only go to school 1 time in a week. Even during my PhD right now, I only go to school 1 time in a week. I have the 6 days left and I can't do anything. By the law here in the Philippines, you're not allowed to work. Maybe online work is applicable, I do not know, but you're not allowed to work. So know that before you come here. If you think Philippines is a country where you can easily come, relocate, and settle down, nope. The system is not designed for you relocating. Make sure you only come here to study because you want the education system here. Make sure you come here for that. Any other thing more than that, nope, don't do it. I actually have relatives that wanted to come here, to study. And when I tell them the truth, the main issue on the ground, this is not Europe. Philippines is not Europe. Philippines is not a country where you immigrate. If you come here to study, make sure you actually have the intent to study and then to go back. Unless you want to marry a Filipino or something. Okay, that's more option for you. But remember, once you graduate, you either go back home or you continue studying. And that's why I have 2 degrees here and the third one still going. And that's why I'm almost 7 years here in the Philippines. So next question, please.
Now let's move on lessons learned and growth. Like for specifically about personal transformation and cultural insights.
Okay, when it comes to lessons learned in my almost 7 years in the Philippines, insights and personal growth, I would say, first of all, we Nigerians were on the fly. There's quickness. There's like, in Nigeria, it feels like this time is running out. You need to do things very fast, very quick. You need immediate response to something. You don't have to go home. And then it's like, when I was young, there was a say that if you're outside and you got into a fight and someone slap you, don't come home to come and complain to me. Our parents gonna tell you, don't come home to come and complain to me. You need to find the solution before you come home. So Nigeria is more like that. Everything is on the fly. There's action, there's immediate reaction. Everything just goes so fast, so you feel the energy. If you watch video about Lagos, it's the first thing every foreigner is gonna tell you, like you can feel the energy. And for us coming from that kind of environment, it's also chaos. Actually, it's chaotic. Philippines is a very, very different place. It's a very, very calm place. The culture, the people, they are way different from the way we act and do things in Nigeria. They are just way more relaxed, way more calm, and I would say way more peaceful also. I mean, in Nigeria, we have a gate, and in our house, we have extra gate again right in front of the main door. We have a main gate where the car can come in. We have another gate, and we have the door. So there's like 3 system of protection into the house. And here in Philippines, the door is just basically made of wood. And sometimes I don't even lock the door. Even when I was in Batangas. Yeah, a lot of times you have expensive things, you have laptops and a lot of things in that home. I know some people just get robbed here in the Philippines. Foreigners. I've even had a foreigner living close to me that actually got his iPad stolen and some other things because he was living in the ghetto. He didn't want to pay good rent. Yeah. So it depends on where you live also. But personally, I've been in Philippines. I've lived in a poor environment, a rich environment, and a moderate kind of like middle income environment. I've never had my stuff snatched from me or stolen from me, or I need to be afraid for my life. I do work at night. I actually like it because the weather is a little bit not so hot because it's very hot here in the Philippines. I work out at night. I ride bicycle at night. I drive my car at night. I feel really comfortable. So that's the main thing that I believe I've adapted to. Like if you look at me in the face right now, you can tell. I'm a much calmer version of me. I was quite chaotic before coming here. So I think that's the biggest thing. Of course, there's a lot more thing like being able to adapt to food. Also, I adapt to a lot of things. The way I think. The weather is quite hot here, mostly whole year long. But the good thing is there's electricity 24/7 to run aircon. Yeah. But the bill is also insane. So you have to ready to pay the money if you want to stay cool. Of course, Nigeria is also hot, but the good thing is, at least from where I come from, depends on the part of Nigeria you come from, the weather quite varies between one another. We have, during when it's close to November, December, it's really cold. Like, even at night, it's impossible for you to go out without having extra jackets. It's cold that, it's just not freezing cold. No snow yet, but it's really, really cold. I remember all my experiences. Of course, we have hot times too. The weather is very hot, but we don't have cold time. In Philippines, maybe unless you go to Baguio or Tagaytay, there's no natural, nothing is getting cold naturally. It's either humid or it's hot. Or sometimes it's both. I think that's the worst, when it's humid and it's hot. It almost feels like you can't breathe. Even the fan feels like it's blowing heat. Yeah, you just need the aircon.
People on Facebook are making.
Yeah. So they call it. Yeah, they have. They call it heat wave. So Philippines can have heat waves. You can adapt to that easily. Like that's the main question. That's what it's about. I also adapt to the food. Filipinos eat a ton of rice, okay? Rice every day, rice everywhere. Every food is made of rice. They have cream made of rice. When I saw that in 2018, I was like, what? Rice cream? Really? Not that everybody here use rice cream, but I'm just saying that it exists, okay? In my life in Nigeria, if someone ever tell me someone could ever make cream out of rice, I would say it's not possible, but it's possible. I've seen it in the mall. There's rice cream. So you don't eat enough, you can rub it on your body. Maybe there's the cream powder too, since you're a female, you make up.
Rice powder.
Yeah, I mean, put it on your face to make it white or something. Okay, so Filipinos eat rice a lot, not just only Filipinos, Asians in general. They either eat a lot of noodles or they eat a lot of rice. So we know that you need to adjust to that. I eat a lot of rice now. But the good thing is, right from Nigeria, I actually already like rice. So not a big deal for me. But if you're a Nigerian, you like to eat your swallow too much. You like pounded yam. You don't like rice. Dude, you're going to get used to it. You better get used to it even before you leave. So what else do you want to ask me?
Well, that's all I want to ask.
So thank you so much for watching this video. It's quite long video, but it's also good because I don't want to make a video where it's just short, cut like that. I've made couple videos like that in the past where you try to squish everything under 10 minutes. But then people don't actually learn a lot. Yeah. But this video, it's raw,
This can also serve as a podcast.
Yeah, not so much like a lot of editing going on. This is like raw reaction from someone who's been here for almost 7 years and who's got 2 degrees already in Philippines. So like I said from the beginning of this video, I myself personally believe I'm in the position to be advising you. If you're a Nigerian student coming here, I believe I'm right in the position because of my experience and my time staying here. But remember, please, if you're Nigerian and African or somebody coming to study here in the Philippines, make sure you're actually coming here to study. This is not America, Europe, or these countries where you get your admission, then you just only try to get in the country and do something else or look for a job. It's happened in Australia, it's happened in US. A lot of people go there with all this admission, but that's not the intention. The intention is actually to go and have a life there. Philippines does not permit that. As of the time this video is made, March 29, 2025, this is the day this video was recorded actually. I don't know when it's going to be uploaded, but this is when the video was recorded. There's nothing like that. Philippines does not support you coming here and not actually studying because the visas, the way it works, when you're done studying, they want you to leave between 2 months. Unless you want to continue studying. And actually from the rumors I had, which is not confirmed, is that even when you're done with the PhD and you want to do post-PhD or whatever, they will want you to actually leave the country. I'm not sure. This is rumor. So of course they see you've been here for too long, just keep studying just to stay. But actually, even if you're studying just to stay, remember you have to focus, you need to pay school fees, and at the same time, you're not allowed to work. So if you're not actually coming here to study, it's just a lose for you. But if you come here to study like me, it's just a win, and another win and process coming. So make sure you come to Philippines to study if you're actually coming here to study. Remember, Philippines is not Europe, America, Australia, or New Zealand. If you come here to study, I repeat it once again, make sure you're actually coming here to study. Because you will not be able to renew your visa if you don't go to class or you don't have a grade or you can't pay your school fees. There's no work in Philippines while you're studying, so you have to rely fully on the house rent, the bills, and the school fees back home in your country. Remember that. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you've learned everything you want to, and I hope you enjoyed this video.
Yeah. And
please, if you do find this video helpful, try to subscribe, like, leave a comment, and give your own outro.
This is literally an honest review of a Nigerian student living here in the Philippines.
This is totally unbiased. I enjoy Philippines a lot. That's why I've been here all this while till now. I have a lot of ups and of course a lot of downs. Make sure you calculate the risk. In here, I wouldn't even say there's any risk to calculate. Make sure you're coming here to study. And if you want to stay in Philippines, without a working visa. You can come here with tourists. If you actually have your degree, try to find companies that can accept you, or you already find a company online, which I don't even believe in finding a company online. I don't personally believe in that. But you can come here as a tourist, try to find a company. If you find a company, then you can apply for work. And for me personally, I wouldn't even rely on that because of what happened recently last year concerning the people who were working in the Pogo. And a lot of them are actually foreigners. They have this visa and everything got cancelled. The president told them to leave. So you also need to understand that right now around the world is pretty unstable stuff concerning immigration. Both in America and in Europe, everybody is trying to change one or two things. They're trying to fix their country, trying to make everything work positively for their own citizens. So you need to calculate that also. So thank you so much. See you.
Bye-bye.